I'm sure you've been asked this yourself. Why don't you just shut up? But then you have to look yourself in the mirror every day, right?
Coward.
Right. I don't know if I can go down that way.
No.
I don't think I can go out as a coward. I have to be at least a thorn in their side to the end,
Absolutely.
even if I lose. But it's an orchestrated attempt, which is why they try very hard to stifle our influence.
Mm-hmm.
We are the enemies in the information war. It's an information war. It's a war of ideas. We're very much combatants. I was not surprised. I was saying for a very long time before I went to jail, they're going to do something. There's no way they're going to spend all this money and all this time trying to push all these ideas, and I'm going to become so well known against those ideas without them saying, shut him up.
So you knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming. That's the way the world is. I mean, my upbringing, I cannot compare to yours, but I know enough about the world to know that if you fuck with people who have control of a certain area, I've seen what happens. I know how it goes.
Did you expect it to happen here?
No.
U.S.?
I refused to fly to America. I refused to do Joe Rogan. I turned down so many opportunities in America, so I thought they were the ones who would get me. But I guess the arm is long.
Their influence here.
Their arm is long. So like if it's not Iran, China, or Russia, they can get you basically anywhere.
100%.
So what can you do? And then, I mean, you I'm sure you've been asked this yourself. Why don't you just shut up? But then you have to look yourself in the mirror every day, right?
Coward.
That's right. I don't know if I can go down that way.
No.
I don't think I can go out as a coward. I have to be at least a thorn in their side to the
Absolutely.
end, even if I lose. I've got to be the guy who has annoyed them.
Well, it's not only that. You're having a powerful influence on people. People are paying attention. Some of them are. A great majority, not a great majority, but a great number of them are. You know, listen, I've spoken to so many men that follow you, young guys, yeah, really, that follow you. As a matter of fact, I have to ask you this or I'll be in trouble.
All right.
My wife's sister's son, my nephew, is a huge fan of yours. He's a soccer player.
Okay.
He's actually going to Manchester. They're bringing him. He's 16 years old.
Wow.
And when he heard that I was seeing you, he went crazy. Him and all of his friends, all these 16-year-olds, they're too young to get on your site.
Oh, wow.
But if you give them a shout out.
What's their names?
Oh, what's all that in there?
There's a bunch of them, huh?
Yeah, it's a bunch of them.
I'll put something together for them.
Yeah. You got
guys in Manchester, for the Manchester Mandem. I'll put something together.
His name is Will.
Will.
Yeah.
Will, take care of yourself, train hard, become extremely successful, stay off the streets, stay out the clubs, don't go down any of that mess. You're at the height of your energetic powers, and it should all be focused in the correct direction. You'll be glad you used it correctly when you're older. And wishing you the best of success, and hopefully maybe one day in the future I'll be in Manchester. Hopefully, maybe we'll grab a coffee or something.
And we'll pay attention to that now.
Yeah, absolutely, because
see, these are the young guys that you're having a strong influence on. And look, he's a soccer player. He wants to earn money. This is what his thought is. Loves his mom, loves his family. He's a good kid. Yeah. And all the kids in his school that surround him the same way. They need positive role models. Yeah. Andrew, and you're one of them. There's no question.
Well, I do my best. There aren't that many left. I mean, they say I'm so negative and I'm so dangerous, and I say, okay, that's fine. When I sat with the BBC, I said, fine, you have your view on me, that's fine. Then who is leading? Then name someone who's good. They can't even name someone who's good, and if they do name someone, he's certainly not good. You know, it's like truly crazy, but.
Yeah, the leaders that are supposed to be good are not. They're misleading. And you get guys like us that speak our mind, and really, what are we doing it for? You're not looking to take control of the country. I'm not. I don't want anything. I just want a good place to live.
Absolutely.
For my wife and my kids and my grandkids. That's it. I want America to be the America that I grew up in. And let me tell you, I went through tough times on the street, but you know, at least we were criminals.
Yeah.
You could kind of say, okay, you know, if they stretch the law a little bit against these guys, even though it's not right, we kind of get it. They're doing some damage, so we got to counteract that in some way. Okay, we get it. But man, when you're doing this to the general population, you're misleading, and you know, Andrew, I got to tell you this. I don't think there's anything worse than somebody getting up there and telling people that are going to rely on them, rely on what you say. They give you your vote. They trust in you. You're going to act in their benefit. And then you get into office and you turn around, you do the exact opposite.
It's fraud.
hurting and crushing people. I don't think there's anything worse than that. We didn't do that on the street.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fraud. They should go to jail for what they've done. It's fraud.
Absolutely.
It's fraudulent, and they're lying. You know, it's interesting because you talk about the common man. I guess the biggest rebuttal I get from people is, well, if you just follow the law, if you're just law-abiding, you have nothing to worry about. You know better than me. I'm like, have you read the law, sir? Do you understand that you're now entering a position and you're entering a period of history where being a law-abiding citizen isn't even possible unless you really get on your knees and truly accept anything they force you to do?
100%.
You haven't even read the law, and it changes every day. You don't even know what the law is. You're not in a position where you can be a law-abiding citizen and have a family and be left alone and raise them in peace. You can't grow your own food. You can't say anything against what the Matrix propaganda wants you to believe.
Exactly.
You can't even be law-abiding anymore unless you're already a slave.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's so scary, is that there is no law-abiding citizen anymore who's a normal, nice person. That's what's really scary. And you'll know, and I have less experience than you, but I've got enough experience to know how quickly they will twist and turn and lie and cheat their way to an indictment to just try and get you on some subjective garbage for any normal life that any person has ever lived, purely because you spoke against them and their system.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as law-abiding. They can pick up any one of you watching this right now. They could pick you up and they could find a crime.
100%.
And they could find an indictment and they could type it up. You know.
It's the classic, the way you investigate a normal crime. A crime occurs and you go out and investigate it and find the perpetrator, find what happened. But in a case like yours or mine or people that they don't like, they're investigating you, waiting to see if you're going to commit a crime or putting you in a situation where it's going to happen.
And trap you. Yeah, they'll just entrap you.
Absolutely.
Oh, we can't find enough. Well, then let's just send him to the gas station and we'll set it all up. And then we'll get his ass that way.
Or they'll wire somebody up, have a conversation with you that's a little bit off, and then before you know it, you committed a crime. You didn't even know you did it. Because some guy that was wired up talked to you, made a deal with them. Happens all the time. All the time. And that's how they weaponize. They used to do it against us. Okay, I get it. Yeah. You trap one of us, you put a wire on them, you're going to go to jail unless you help us. Boom, they come in, they have conversations with us, we're in trouble. We didn't even have to commit the crime. Just talking about it is, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Conspiracy, you don't have to commit the crime, just talk about it. But now they're doing it against legitimate people, their enemies, that people they don't like. Put you in a situation where you say something, you do something wrong, in their view, and boom, you got an indictment and you're in trouble. And then try to defend it. Normal guys, you know, look, when they locked me up, violated my parole, and they went into the bank, they leaned all my bank accounts, they took my car, they did everything, cleaned me out, right? You're getting another RICO indictment. RICO indictment. You don't beat them with a public defender.
Yeah.
I spent millions defending myself.
Tell me about
Normal guy doesn't have that. You know.
Oh, yeah,
Normal guy doesn't have that money.
Absolutely.
How do you defend it?
You don't. You die.
You can't.
You just get crushed. You
Can't.
get crushed by the system. So I guess, to put a positive spin in conclusion, I do like to think, though, as messed up as it all is, sunlight is the best disinfectant, and truth is extremely important. And I think it's very important we encourage people to see the truth, tell the truth. Don't be afraid of whatever they're going to label you for the truth. I'll do it again. Feminists are ugly. I'll do it again. There. Come at me. It's objectively true. I believe if we get enough people sticking to the truth and saying the truth, it becomes harder and harder for their lies to stick because they are relying on, in fact, they require lies to pull all of this off. It's an empire of lies. And the one thing lies need is a lot of energy. They have to repeat them over and over and over. And it takes a lot less energy to tell the truth, because if you can tell somebody something that just makes sense in their heart and soul, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's very important. Anybody with a brain speaks up. When someone says they're not political or someone says they don't really care or they're not interested, it's your job not to be aggressive, not to be offensive. But I'm now in the position in my life when we fight for humanity, and I'd be interested in your take on this. If I sit with somebody at a dinner table and they're telling me they're pro-Kamala and everyone goes, oh, don't talk politics. No, I'm sorry. This is for humanity, and I'm going to tell them right here, right there, while I have the chance, that they are wrong, because this is more important than keeping a friendly dinner at a dinner table. We're running out of time, and it's very important that the truth is repeated as much as possible to anybody who is receptive or smart enough to understand it.